Hey you! So now that the buffs are here, you finally want to start playing Waylay. Well, don't worry. I played Waylay every single day since her release. I'm going to give you a full detailed guide on how to play her. Alright, let's go. I want to start by going in depth on every single ability. Let's start with one of her easier pieces of detail to understand, which is Waylay's dash. The only thing you really need to know about Waylay dash is that you have to go to a safe location. Only supposed to go there.
Back in a flash.
Broke one trip. And that you and your initiator have to be working together. You should be telling your initiator where you're dashing to, and your initiator should be ideally telling you where their util is being thrown.
Line them up! I'm going in! Spike down. C. Nice and slow down. Got three. One enemy remaining.
Yeah!
Rest of you get that down? Need me to do it again?
I'll go over the tech that the dash has later, but for now let's move on to Waylay's C, or Saturate. Waylay's Saturate is a simple projectile that follows the same path as a Phoenix Molly, except you throw it instantly upon casting. Before going into how you should use this ability, let's talk about what it actually does. In 0.65 seconds after the ability hitting the ground, it'll pop up in an area around 12 meters. However, this is an ability that requires line of sight from its landing position, which means that it will not hit around walls or upstairs if thrown at a weird angle. When this ability does hit an enemy, it will apply an effect called Hinder. Hinder essentially puts you in a time slow where you move slower, you shoot slower, reload slower, just about everything is slower. And while it's similar to a stun, you can't use it in the exact same way. Hinder is a lot better after your enemies whiff the first shot, so it's a great idea to jiggle peek or jump spot the angle before swinging. Now that you know what Saturate does, let's go over how to use it. This ability is used in 3 different cases. Using it preemptively when the enemies are about to entry, using it to help your team's entry, or using it on isolated targets to secure the fight. Because of being such a quick thrown projectile, this ability has a surprising amount of stopping power. You can easily throw it as the enemies are running out on the site to secure some free kills, or even stop their push entirely. It takes a while to get the timing down, but if you hear an enemy rushing at you, you can throw Hinder right at the ground and they have no choice but to take the fight, and most of the time it's a victory for you.
Nice and slow down. One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Sure, rotate.
30
I'm gonna
seconds
try and
left.
pop up.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Doing a thing. Out! Nice and slow down. One enemy remaining.
You're so crazy. Holy.
When attacking, the obvious use of this ability is to use it as you're about to entry on a site. Using it on angles that you can expect enemies to be, you can easily secure free picks if you dash on those targets. If you don't know where someone is, it's okay to use this ability to clear out angles. However, this ability will always be best when you know where someone is and can guarantee a hit. Here's an example of me using Saturate to help me entry on the site and clear out the angles.
Last player standing. Spike planted. Doing a thing. Hitting the brakes.
Chamber back main.
One enemy remaining. Ultimate is ready.
Nice, almond!
Amazing. Amazing.
Hitting the brakes.
Watch out behind you guys, watch out behind you guys. I think one walked through.
The most obvious use case for this ability is when enemies are stuck in corner or have nowhere to run. It's as simple as throwing it at the ground next to them and swinging for free kills.
Three there. Last two.
Nice slow down. One enemy
Nice,
remaining.
good shit.
Thrifty.
Waylay's E, or Fract, can be used in a lot of ways. It being her signature means she gets this ability back after 2 kills. This allows you to use it when entering the round on attack, early peeking on defense, or retaking on the defense. This ability gives you so many opportunities when it comes to taking aggressive fights because of how quickly you recall. You are also allowed to walk into smokes with almost no consequences. This ability will also be the main ability you are using when dashing on the site, and using it to combo to get away safely.
One enemy remaining.
Someone's lying me.
They're all low.
Too slow. Gonna fall back here. One enemy
One
remaining.
more backside.
Nice.
Nice. Can I hit the defuse?
Maybe on both.
Me too much.
They're holding that.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, they're all in that corner. Holding me. That is undodgeable for him.
Back up, bro.
Hitting the brakes. Thrifty.
Nice, boys. Nice, man.
Waylay's last ability is her ult, which is a simple execute ult. And if I'm being totally honest, it's not very good for executing. On defense, I mostly use this ability for aggressive ults. You're able to maximize your ult's value by looking at the minimap and seeing just how far it'll cover. You're able to leave small gaps on the edges of your ult and it'll still hit them, but you have to be very precise.
Spike down B.
Don't miss me too much. Line them up! I'm throwing it!
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Easy. Works fairly well, however you still will die to hinder, and that's something you have to get over.
Line them up! I'm throwing it!
Oh, sure. Oh.
Yeah. Alright, now that we got all of Waylay's abilities out of the way, let's talk about Waylay's playstyle. Waylay is unlike any other dive duelist in my opinion, because she isn't really a dive duelist. Obviously she has the ability to jump on someone quickly, but half of her kit is designed to get you away from fights. On attack, you can get really aggressive peeking smokes and dashing out on the site, but on defense, it's almost the complete opposite. Obviously, if you are still very confident, you can peek early angles with your refract, then maybe cheese a kill, but overall, Waylay on defense plays really safe and doesn't like over peeking. This might sound simple. On attack, play attack, on defense, play defense. But agents like Raze, Jett, and Reyna can all play defense like it's attack, fighting for space and taking every early fight possible. Waylay only really has a dash to get to the early angles, a fairly easy to dodge slow that only lasts 0.6 seconds if they dodge it, and that's it. Assuming you don't have ult, her refract doesn't help you take space. It's designed for you to give up the space. One of the most common things I'm told is that, Waylay, come fight A main with us. But if I'm being honest, and maybe this is a personal thing, I don't ever fight for the space. It almost always turns out to be a coin flip where our team is fighting with less numbers because I get in a spot where I'm forced to recall. This just about wraps up this guide, however I want to know what you guys think personally. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I could do differently on this video or if there's anything you disagree with that I said in this video. I'm a very small channel, so every like, sub, and comment helps a lot, and I stream almost every day on Twitch. By the time you're seeing this video, I'm probably live right now. I'm going to aim to hit a Mortalist act, so I could love your support there. Alright, see you guys. Peace.